Welcome back, everyone. Oh, it is so lovely to see all of my players, all of our watchers, everywhere, all the socials that we have. It is so lovely to be back. We are going to do an extraordinarily short recap at the beginning here because I have already done a previous recap with my lovely, wonderful players who have so wonderfully, amazingly, delightfully helped me remember what the fuck we were doing. When last we had left off, our intrepid band had found themselves back in Thea at the Department of Air Vehicles. They had harangued, harassed, and essentially willingly kidnapped two teenagers, and are now preparing to collect the crew, collect their supplies, and depart with their ship. We had two groups who were parsing out to go in two opposite directions. One group to go collect the supplies, one group to collect the crew, and potentially maybe have a little bit of some time with our beloved queen, Onalalan.
Yes.
And I do remember Scratch being quite put out that somebody had dared suggest, Lachlan had dared suggest that Scratch should take someone else with him when he went to go visit Onalalan.
Yes.
But I will bring it to my players, my lovely, wonderful people. We have the two groups. I'm going to need help remembering who's going where. I know we parsed it out. I didn't write it down. I'm not that smart.
I was about to ask.
If I'm that smart, we both know the answer to this question is no.
I do remember that Rain was going to see the Queen. Or with the group to see the Queen, rather.
Yes.
I think that Augie was.
Augie was team
I'm confused.
crew.
Yeah, what?
Augie was team crew because Augie, as the official HR representative of our merry band of misfits, we had decided was going to go that way to make sure that everybody was still on board with going back.
I would like to point out that sound cut out. Why did sound cut out? Oh. Hopefully that fixes it.
German word for thank you, but
No. Apparently we were out for a second. I fixed it.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, sound was out for a second. I would happen to remember that the teenagers came willingly.
That's why it's consensual kidnapping. They are being abducted and absconded with their own permission. But as they are teenagers,
Make merch. Our first T-shirt just says consensual kidnapping.
consensual kidnap victim.
Yes. I have been consensually kidnapped.
Our second shirt has to be kobold cakes.
Oh, for sure, we need a logo for the restaurant, the
Absolutely.
bakery and bookery. We need logo.
But yes, Scratch had Scratch had volunteered Amelia to go with him because she knows paperwork, and she basically looked at it and said, I am a Nepo child. Why the fuck do you think I actually know how to do paperwork? And he said, too fucking bad. Let's go.
You'll learn today.
To which Augie and Rain both had the simultaneous thought of, this could possibly go very badly. We should go supervise.
Do these hands
Which
look
left-
like they can do
Yeah.
delicate work with a pen?
I mean, that's on you. Like, if you can't write, that's your fault. Like, I feel like Kobold should be smarter than that.
Mr. Scratch, do not sass my potential protege.
I'm about to kick her in the shin.
You can't reach with a kick.
And then the rest of our party, Masaru, or excuse me, Yurei. No, it is Masaru at this point, because the cardboard cutout of Yurei had fallen over.
Yeah, I'm at the top of every episode. Can we just clarify where the hell and who the hell?
Who's
With-
standing
no,
with us?
no.
I
It
literally
is
never remember.
it is Yurei with you guys because the cardboard cutout of Masaru had fallen over. That's right, the cardboard cutout of Yurei had fallen over in the Underdark.
I don't even
We
believe
need a
they're cardboard
sticker
cutouts
to go
anymore.
over Masaru's face in the Twitch background for whenever it's Yurei.
But yes, it was to be Kyrios, Yurei, Hallstrom, and Lachlan going to investigate the hopefully more than picked scraps of what was left of the cart because you guys had left salt there to protect.
And because he's kind of conspicuous.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I wouldn't have thought that a 5-foot tall dragon robot would be conspicuous, but you're right. I never remember how tall Salt is. He's taller than you, that's all I remember.
It fluctuates.
Fair enough. He's however big he needs to be in that moment. It's like a comedy bit.
Truth. So which group was which? The teenager, me, and
Teenager,
Rain.
you, Augie, and Rain. And that's team crew. And then team supplies is Lachlan, Yurei, Kyrios, and Hallstrom. And you guys had opted to leave Aloran, and by I say opted to leave, he decided to stay on the ship because he does not want to go anywhere outside.
He can hold Squish.
Hold the fort. He can hold Squish. In the jar or outside of the jar?
Outside the jar as he slowly peels away the layers of his skin until nothing is left but muscle and bone.
Alarmin? Thought you liked this kid.
Character building.
Yes, because he needs so much more of that.
He's just a neglected minority who's discriminated against in the city he lives in. Needs more motivation to have character building.
I vote the crew team goes second.
Yes, crew team is very much going to go second because currently the only person here for crew team is Lachlan.
I thought Masaru was on crew team.
Yes, he is. He is not currently here.
Oh.
He is en route to being here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can do that many voices, but I don't think I can do that many personalities.
My lovely editor, make me a Yurei nameplate, but make it look like tape that I can just tape over Masaru's name.
You should get him to draw like whatever mask he wears as Yurei and have it put over the face.
Just like duct taped over the face.
Taped on. Yeah, a little piece of tape at the top. Okay.
All right, I'm just going to do a quick little bit of reorganizing with some of our stamps here.
Oh, I haven't opened this character sheet in so long.
Is it dusty? Is it
Mhm.
musty?
Just a little bit crusty.
Some of the volatile compounds have separated in their bottles.
Uh-oh. No? Just don't shake it. Or if you do shake it, everybody else roll a dex save. There. Come on. All right. I will also remind everyone that you are currently way up to the north. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Oh,
Shift click.
There we go. Way up here. And also, there's a squirrel out there somewhere who is trying to send a message. Don't worry, that is still ongoing. And one of the teams needs to get here-ish. And the other team needs to get here-ish.
We can't see that after you make this go.
Skill issue. Come on. There we go. All right, you guys have to find your way down into the main structure and the mainland of Tethea. You currently don't have a way to do that.
I thought we were at the boatyard.
You are. The boatyard is not attached to any of the main islands.
Oh, I got you.
Because since typically the DAV with their impound lot, since everything is flown in, it was kind of one of those, they didn't really feel it was necessary to have a structure connecting the main island.
So how did staff get there then?
Very carefully. Usually boats.
Can you take these two little X's and put them where we need to go? Just for visual sake.
Absolutely. For our lovely viewers at home. Team A, Team Crew needs to find their way here. Team Supplies needs to find their way here.
If you're pinging, we're not seeing it.
It's
I
not.
saw it.
I didn't see it. So weird.
The top X.
Oh, okay. Now I see it.
Crew. Supplies. Oh, the ping looks weird now.
I like
the new
A
ping.
ripple. I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Team Crew, we will start with you guys. You have to find your way into town.
How do you spell Euro?
I'll have to send it because it's got some weirdness to it.
You just said
Okay.
Team Crew was going second.
I'm sorry. Wait, Team Crew? No, Team Supplies is going second. No. Team Supplies is going second because there is one member of Team Supplies here.
That's not
Team
what
Crew
you
is
said a
going
minute
first.
ago.
Well, I'm changing my mind as DM's prerogative.
Okay. So, water.
I'm not from here. Is there a fast way to navigate around this?
I mean, you can hire a boat just at the end of the airship dock.
We can, take the staff boat. Why would you hire a boat?
Love that for us.
It's, small, though. So, only 2 people can go at one time. But, I don't know. I guess the little kobold's small enough so we could maybe get, 2.5. I guess he's, half a person, technically. Because, small.
Well, you don't have to worry about me. I will just fly alongside.
Okay. Technically, that's all the room we need.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if
Okay.
it starts to go down, Mr. Scratch can swim.
If it starts to go down, I'm going to be, reconsidering this whole endeavor because, I did not sign up for this. I signed up to get out of the city, not to drown.
Well, technically, underwater's out of the city.
Yeah, but, so is death, and I didn't agree to that. That's, not what I signed up for.
I'll tell you what. If the boat starts to sink, I'll rescue you first, and Augie can help Scratch.
I
That
can
works.
fly.
You don't have, wings. Do kobolds have wings now? Did that, happen?
I mean,
is
I
it,
think some of them do.
Just kind of flip the back of my cloak back and activate the fly spell.
Oh. Magic fly. I guess that, makes sense.
You could also dimension door to someplace.
Yeah, I could take you across if you want.
No, I'm good. That boat looks great.
You say so.
I did.
Okay. Like, we can just go, like, take the boat. It's just, like, a boat. Somebody's gonna have to row, though. I don't row. I normally make Lauren do it.
Augie looks at their muscles like, duh.
Could have fooled me.
Look, little, like, kobold captain thing. This was your idea to bring me with you. So, like,
You were gonna get in
You get
trouble
to
if I
go.
didn't.
I was not going to get in trouble. I was literally just going to stay on the boat. What is your problem? Why do you think I am going to be in trouble? I am responsible. My mom gave me this job because she knows I'm responsible. Why do you think I'm not responsible?
Yep, gave you a job way away from everything important in the city. Basically a
Yeah,
scrapyard.
honestly, I'm really confused as to why she has you working off the islands.
Like, she said it's, like, super important. It's a super important job because, like, things are going on in, like, the kingdom or whatever. So this is, like, the safest spot. Whatever. It's just, like, business, bureaucracy, politics stuff. I don't know. I don't pay attention. I have more important things to do.
Yet I almost shot your friend earlier.
Yeah, and that would have been, like, super bad because, like, that's super not okay. Why would you just randomly shoot people? That's, like, evil.
That's what happens outside of the city. You're in the city, everything's safer because there's guards everywhere. It's actually very suspicious that very lacking of guards in this area. Not that we're complaining.
Yeah, like, do you want there to be, like, more guards? Because I can, like,
If we're
call
gonna bicker,
guards.
can we at least walk and bicker? Because I cannot stand to listen to you two old ladies any longer.
Take it up with your captain. He started it. But yeah, like, whatever.
ma'am.
Follow me.
I will end it. All right?
I just lean in one direction and slowly, like, hover that way.
I turn to Mr. Scratch. You too. You are no better than her, and you're
Right.
acting younger than she is.
This
I,
is- This is good
I
life
did not
experience.
sign up for this experience to be a kindergarten teacher. Okay?
I mean,
You're an adult, damn it, I think. Act like one.
you
are now around adults. You want to impress them? Act like one.
I forgot
Shit,
how old I am.
go. Damn it.
I mean, okay. Like, come on. Go to the boat dock. And she, like, sulks off in that very classic teenage way.
Yeah, I'm
She
49.
grunts and glances.
Could have fooled.
Right off to the
Never.
boats.
So you guys depart and you make your way out through the DAV. And everything is quiet. Unsurprisingly so. Everybody roll me perception. We're starting out fun.
Who's in the group and who do I need to roll as?
You are not rolling. You are not with this crew. You will be doing your own thing with Lachlan here shortly.
Awesome.
Rain is not paying attention.
Rain is having too much fun watching this teenager dig herself into a deeper hole. Well,
I'd just like to make a little plug here for everybody. If you're not enjoying using your character sheet on a computer, if you have the Roll20 app, you can pull up your character sheet on the Roll20 app and all your buttons are there.
well, that's going to be handy. That's going to be so nice for traveling.
Mm-hmm.
So, Scratch, as you all are walking, it's very quiet, and you start to realize that it's very quiet. There is no wind in these trees. The only sounds you can hear are boots, shoes, and claws along the cobblestone pathway as you make your way back towards the DAV office. And you notice the stillness in the air.
Going to very quietly just kind of switch the lenses in my mask and cast detect magic just for my own benefit.
Okay. There is
Rain.
magic.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. There is magic surrounding this area, almost like a bubble around the DAV. There's no wind, no sound outside of the conversations you've been having. And roll me an Arcana. This magic seems a little familiar.
Okay. In what way?
This has the same kind of presence to it as the candle did. All those many weeks ago, when you had set foot into that tall stone tower ruin, where you had met the mighty Glacius Wintercloak, the ward that had been around that tower. This bubble seems very similar.
Scratch gets kind of a chill down his back. Augie, Rain, don't drop your guard. There's some kind of like shield around this whole area of some kind, and kind of like the one we found in the woods before we met the big dragon.
I'm sorry, the what in the where you met the who?
Oh, that's right, you were there. Damn it.
This is when you remember, Scratch. You were the only one there.
fuck.
The only other person in your party that would have recognized that bubble is Hellstrom.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right. I was the only one there.
Uh-huh.
Is
Just,
it? Are you describing a bubble as in the bubble that would be looking at us?
No, way bigger than that. Just, I'm not sure what it all means yet, but there's no birds. There's no sounds.
Like we're in a weird zone?
Yeah.
May I roll an Arcana check now?
Please do.
Hell yeah.
Brain, as Scratch is describing this bubble to you, it's something tickles the back of your mind, and you remember in the books that you had read something about shields like this being able to be used in case of great magic to keep things out or keep something in. You don't know the exact nature of this shield because the book you had been reading was very old, very hard to read, and very boring. But this is either designed to keep something out or something in.
All right. Can you locate the edge of it? We should test whether or not we can leave. Someone may be trying to keep us from getting to the castle.
Can I discern the edge of it with my detect magic up?
Yeah. As you're walking, you are getting closer and closer towards the edge. You notice that Malia has gone ahead a little ways and she's kind of rifling through some drawers. And you notice that the edge of the bubble seems to stop just about at the edge of the dock where a small boat is.
Well, I mean, we're on the way to the edge now, so I say
So
let
we
the girl
just
go
say,
through.
hold on. Before we do anything, Augie's gonna dig around in their bag. And they're gonna to walk up to Malia and just say, "This is for your own good.
What's for my
I'm
own
just
good?
gonna cast a little spell that maybe hides you from people you don't want to see you. Divinationally, if you catch my drift."
Like, why would we be worried about that?
Have you met your mother?
I lived with her for 60 years. Yes, I have met
You
my
think
mother.
that she's just gonna confidently let you walk out and not try to see where you are?
I mean, like, she can't, like, see. She can just,
Can.
like,
Actually.
no, she
Um,
can't. She, like, literally can't. It's, like, a whole thing that she had done for me and, like, my 7 brothers. Like, she literally can't.
What do you mean?
And she pulls up her sleeve a little bit, and Augie, you see on her arm a mark, a rune. And all 3 of you, without understanding how you know this, recognize this as a warding glyph that has been branded onto this child.
What?
This is a gif.
Lol.
The gift.
A gif.
It is
It's
now.
a gif.
It
There's
moves.
a little, it just dances back and forth. It's a little dragon that just dances back and forth.
Adorable.
This is a glyph that hides her from scrying.
What
Can
kind of
I-
sense does that make?
Just, why would you do this to a child? Who's your mom
Like-
hiding you from?
To be fair,
resistance.
my brother has that exact same thing. It's just a thing that some of the noble families who are really paranoid do.
Yeah,
And it
but
has
also
no
like
exceptions?
rebels.
Your mother's not an exception?
No, are you kidding? She was like the first. She was like the person to spearhead this, to like hide the noble kids from the weirdo, freaking rebellion leaders. Because like if you want to talk scary, it's like the rebellion leaders. They're super creepy.
You mean the rebellion leader who's now the king?
But no, he's not one of the rebels. No way. He's like just pretending.
The hot guy that's boning Onale? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah, I've
Sorry.
personally known a lot of the rebellion participants, and they're pretty decent people.
She just
Onward
kinda
to the
like-
boat.
Oh, she hasn't stopped walking. She's kind of slowed down a little bit, and she's got what looks like just a regular key, and she's walking down the dock, and Scratchy watch as she gets to the edge of the barrier and goes through no problem. She doesn't even seem to notice it's there. Like, you guys, I know you guys are like super dangerous, like probably criminals or whatever, but like the rebellion's like super scary, like totally evil. Like, there's no way that the king and the queen, no less, were part of that. 100% just like faking it, like bringing down the resistance.
I've got to
Y'all,
push her
this
in
is
the
why
water.
propaganda is dangerous.
Well, she walked through the barrier. Uh,
So the edge of it is between her and us.
yes.
Currently, yes.
Rain is gonna like cautiously walk over with just like a hand out in front of her, just kind of slowly moving it back and forth.
You encounter no resistance.
Did I cross it? Am I over? Where is it?
It takes a few steps until you're standing next to Malia, who is giving you a very confused look. And Rain, as soon as you're about halfway across the dock, you start to hear sounds again. You start to hear the dull rushing of the river going by. You hear birds off in the distance. You hear a light wind rustling through the leaves in the trees.
Oh, that's weird. I guess you really don't notice the absence of things until they come back.
Oh,
Um,
I kind of hover my way towards the barrier and
I'm just gonna walk through. If I get shunted, I get shunted.
You all cross the barrier with no problem. Malia is giving you ever more confused looks until all four of you are standing at the end of the dock next to a very nicely crafted, very well tended to, kind of small rowboat. And as the two of you have crossed now, you hear the water, you hear the birds, you hear the wind. All of it has come back.
doing my
Would
joke.
there be a particular reason why they would keep someone out of this area?
Maybe her
They
mother
could potentially still be wanting to keep someone in, just not us, I guess.
Malia, is there someone that stays here all the time in this particular place that you know that doesn't leave?
No.
In like a weird way. Like you think, God, that's kind of weird.
No. I mean, there's like the old cabin way at the edge of the property, further into the forest, but like there's nobody that lives there. And like nobody stays here. Like Lauren and I are probably the people that are here the most besides the guards because they have to like, come up and check on us or stuff because apparently we're irresponsible teenagers. But like my mom gave me that job, so like I don't know what they're talking about.
Got it. When we come back, we're checking out the cabin.
Yeah. How often do you check on that cabin?
Never. Why would I do that? It's just like a gross, nasty old cabin that like just is rotting away. Why would I ever go out there when I could stay in the office where it's like warm or cool or like dry?
Yeah, silly me.
honey.
Can't believe I even asked such a fucking question.
You are in for an even bigger culture shock than I did.
I bet it's the secret base where we were all held inside those chambers with no doors. And it's just disguised as an old cabin where underneath is all the interesting stuff.
Oh my gosh,
The
did the
moment
rebels capture you guys?
mentioned that, Augie like starts like hyperventilating. It was very traumatic.
Oh my gosh, did the rebels capture you guys? I've heard stories about that.
Was your mother?
That was your mom.
No, it wasn't. She's head of security. She doesn't do anything like that.
I just kind of
I personally followed her.
lay a hand on Augie's knee.
You guys
Augie
are
is
crazy.
struggling to breathe, but she is just walking to the boat.
You guys
Listen,
are like,
you were probably headed down a long road which ended in an arranged marriage to my brother, which kind of makes us sort of sister-like. So, take it from me, being totally honest with you, your mom's a weird, controlling,
Crazy person.
bitch. Yeah,
not
I
so
know
nice
that
lady.
part. I know that part.
And she has not told you half of what she really needed to. And very little of what she has told you has been the truth. Also, you really, really should be glad that we're getting you out of that arranged marriage that might have been coming. Because my brother's a dick.
I mean, whatever. Like, okay, like obviously you guys have like bought all the flyers and everything. Whatever, I don't care. But yeah, let's just go in the boat. Also, is like Mixed Aster, are you like okay? Because like you're breathing really hard.
Just a genuine question. When you saw your mom a couple weeks ago, she had bruises on her neck.
I mean, I don't know. I don't normally pay attention to her neck. I usually try to avoid her because she's a bitch.
I wasn't gonna say it. Not from the kid. Actually, we're the same age, just about. Thank God. I feel old and young at the same time.
Yeah, no, she's like a raging bitch. Like she had this stupid, ugly scarf on, but like
That's
I told her it was
because
I told her it was tacky, but she didn't believe me. She said it was an important accessory for work.
if you would have looked a little closer, you would see a handprint that I gave your mother when she was keeping me prisoner. And I grabbed her by the throat with full intention of not letting go.
Okay, so you're just like telling me that you were gonna kill my mom. Like, look, I don't like my mom, but she's still my mom. So why the fuck would you try to do that? What is wrong with you people? You guys are crazy. You know what? Maybe I don't want to leave. Maybe I do just want to stay here because I'm starting to get the idea that that's gonna be a lot safer than traveling with you crazy people.
Too late.
You
We
can
have a
make that
contract.
decision,
Probably.
but I'm trying to help you for the sake of your life.
No, like clearly you're not. Clearly you guys are just like trying to get me to tell you things. You guys are obviously insane. Like
You know what? You're right. It was a bad joke on my part. I was trying to pitch for a new book. I really shouldn't have. I was a little insensitive. But I had you go in there for a minute, didn't I?
yeah, that's like more than a little bit fucked up. But whatever.
It can't all
like
be fluffy romances about clerics and their proteges.
well, yeah, but like joking about trying to kill my mom, like that's like really far. But anyway, like I guess we should go find your people or whatever. So like you guys can leave.
You know what? We're totally going to see the queen later, too. Do you want to come with us?
Like at this point, I don't know because like I'm kind of convinced you guys are gonna take me to a back alley somewhere and fucking kill me and loot my body.
You got anything
You don't have
on it?
nearly enough on you. Frankly, it'd be a waste.
You guys are so endearing this kid to you to trying to get her to like trust you. And
She
live
is
with
not
you.
a likable child. I don't know what you want from us.
She is a haughty, snotty, noble child who has lived the most sheltered, protected, propaganda-filled life that you could
And
ever possibly imagine.
Augie has hit their limit in catering and pandering to that, so.
She is the type of crewmate that we send into the room first when we suspect a glyph of warding and fireball.
And the rest of the time, she gets to hang out with our mechanical friend.
It's like, put your bomb suit on. You're testing the room.
Yeah, get
I
back.
probably
house.
try to hang out with Augie the most since she's such a big fan of Augie's books.
At this point, she just kind of wants to go home.
She's, nope, we have a contract.
Contracts signed by minors are not legally binding.
This is a different world. Magic.
By elvish standards, she is a minor. Contracts signed by minors are not legally binding.
It's a kobold contract. She's not a minor by kobold standards.
Get a 3-year-old human to sign a contract, and clearly that's legally binding.
Yep.
That's how you pawn the candy. That's how you pawn the cursed object off onto the baby.
Alright,
Okay,
alright.
listen.
Water.
You
Water
don't
boat.
you don't trust us. I respect that. You just met us. You trust the queen, though, right? You would trust what she said to you.
Yeah, like that was the
So
whole
come
thing.
with us and just ask her. We won't say anything.
All right, fine, but like if I wind up dead, I'm hunting you guys.
Deal.
Wouldn't
We
expect
will
anything
actively
less.
try to not let you end up dead. Promise.
You just kind of hear her quietly grumbling that she's expecting you to be the ones to kill her. Whatever, let's go. And then she makes her way over to the boat. She unlocks it with a rather flimsy looking chain. The lock on it doesn't even seem to be connected to anything except the other end of the chain.
Is it just looped over one of the pilings?
Yeah.
Good enough for government
Things are
work.
happening here.
Alright. I'm just gonna float here next to the boat.
She carefully makes her way in. She pulls the oars out from under one of the seats in the boat. It's not very
Boat
secure.
never stolen.
Why would anybody steal the boat? It's just a boat.
You're right. Fuck me. Stupid question.
I mean, according to them, they're the only ones on this island, so nobody to steal it.
Yeah, it's just me and Alarin and like sometimes the guards, but like not very often. It's just us.
So what do two teenagers do on an island all alone?
I don't think you would ask that.
Like
I write books. Do you know what kind of books I write?
I think he lives in blissful ignorance, and we should respect that.
Pop-ups.
Don't think I haven't caught him looking through my library.
Pop-up books. All the
Oh.
pop-up books.
They can be very educational.
Continue.
do we just continue the boat ride in just a bit of quiet bickering?
Not bad. So I'm just gonna try to sway her back to the side of Pro Augie.
Malia is very much just sitting in quiet teenage dejection and just pouting the whole time during the boat ride. It doesn't take very long, and although it probably feels like it's longer than it is in the awkward boat ride that you're having, and you row up to a small dock, and there appears to be nobody there.
Huh.
Malia hops out. She loops the chain over one of the pylons, closes the lock, stows the oars eventually, and pockets the key.
Okay. Well, we're here. Ending the fly spell. So we have to go east. Yes? Maybe? Anyone?
I would like it to be known by everyone in this group that I'm not the one to ask.
Okay, I know this area pretty well, but I joined this group because we were going to go see my cousin later. Where are we going first?
To get the
I have
crew.
no idea. They're probably in a bar somewhere, or maybe one of the inns. Like,
Do you happen to know
Scratch,
where this is?
do you know where the crew are?
Weren't we told?
You were told that the Masaru that you had been talking to had told you that most of the crew had taken up residence in some of the inns and some of the taverns. They had been basically just welcomed in as guests. You weren't told where specifically.
Well, I suppose we start at the closest one and we work our way around. I mean, as long as we find one member of the crew, I can order them to go find the rest.
If they still want to work for you, you can.
We pay them way over market value.
What would you like me to roll to find to see if I know where the nearest inn is, DM?
Give me a history check to see if you remember where all of the most applicable locations would probably be. Okay. You have a pretty good idea. You were never one to traverse all of the taverns. You had, in fact, traversed some of them.
Mostly the seedier one.
Exactly. And you have a pretty good feeling that guests of the queen probably wouldn't be in the slums. Most likely. So, Rain, you know that... Come on. I'm just gonna grab you. You know that there are two most likely places they would be. Either in more of the merchant district, where some of the more less of an inn, more of a tavern style area over here. Or they're going to be more where more of the nobles would stay, more of the residential district over this way.
Guess if you guess, crew of a ship, they're probably going to be over here.
Okay. Well, let's head
Hey,
that
that's a
way.
good place to start.
All right. And Rain, go ahead and give me one more history check, just to see how well you remember the layout of the area, seeing it in the daytime rather than skulking about at night. Yeah, you're fine. You're golden.
No one really looks up very much and sees something smaller than an airship.
Yeah. You are able to navigate with extreme ease into the merchant district. You guys have no problem at all getting there. And as you enter this area, everything is abuzz with activity. As soon as you guys walk up, you are immediately smelling food. You are smelling fire from some of the local smiths that are doing live demonstrations. You're hearing people hawking their wares. There are people who are arguing about prices, people who are haggling prices, all kinds of stuff. It is buzzing with activity.
Small detour. We need food. Haven't had hot food in so long.
We had hot food in Cypher's Castle.
Correction. Haven't had surface hot food in so long.
Fine, whatever.
Oh my god,
Well, we are
Lauren
heading
has like
to
a friend
the place
named
that
Zypher.
probably
So
serves food, so...
oh my god,
Okay.
Lauren has a friend named Zypher. It's so cruel. Like, who does that to your kid? Like, who names them after, like, the worst dictator that our realm has ever known? Like, that's so fucked up.
Yep. It was a tragedy.
Going to, like, run up to whatever vendor nearby has, like, meat on a stick or something and buy one.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
Peruse. See if anybody has any vegetables on a stick.
Veggies on a stick and meat on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Augie, also roll me a d6, please. Okay. So, Scratch, it takes you a minute to find a place, but you follow your nose, and there is just the wafting scent of fried something, and it draws you in, and there is a very, very robust elf standing right about here at one of the stalls. Very tall man, very wide man, very much a larger than any elf you have ever seen before, who is enthusiastically hawking some kind of deep fried meat stick.
With I don't know, with my Outlander background maybe, and from the sense of smell, am I able to tell if it's edible?
Oh, it is very much edible. You see several people eating these. It appears to be some kind of almost like a deep fried meatball on a stick with a sauce.
How much? From the ground. Hey, how much?
He kind of looks at what hello, little kobold.
Yes.
Pardon me, I'm not normally looking down at my customers. How much for what?
That. Point to meatball on stick.
Well, it's actually like 4 meatballs on a stick all stuck together, but
Those.
ah, yes. Well, how many would you like?
6.
6 sticks? Excellent, my little friend. Yes, we will have you grown in no time. Kobolds are just young dragons, correct?
Sure thing.
Excellent, my little friend. We will get you grown in no time at all. And he pulls 6 sticks out, arranges them neatly in essentially a little paper boat, passes it down to you, and he goes, "That'll be 2 silver, my little friend."
Oh, yes. I happen to have only 2 silver coins. I hand them to him.
Excellent. Now, I will warn you, I know dragons like their food spicy, but if you're traveling with any companions, you should warn them ahead of time. I've experimented a little with my cuisine. Very hearty, very robust. It'll warm you up on a cold day, let me tell you, let me assure you. And if you'd like anything to drink, a stall about, just a little ways down, has delightful, I think it's some kind of creamy thing. He has not noticed. He is still talking about this, like, yogurt drink that his friend makes, has not noticed you've left.
Yep, Scratch has walked back towards the group, his
You hear
four-fingered little
him.
hands having a stick between each of his fingers.
Augie, while Scratch has gone off, you almost immediately find a cellar right about here with roast vegetables on a stick. It is various vegetables, various kinds of vegetables, some more recognizable than others. And a lovely elven woman is standing there. She's a little more quiet as she's pitching her wares, but you notice that there's no shortage of people coming to her stall, drawn in by the smell of these well-seasoned roast vegetables and fungus.
Augie politely stands in line.
It takes just a second, and she notices that you're a new customer, and she waves you forward, and you notice she's holding 2 skewers in one hand as she's talking to someone, and will occasionally just, like, pass one to someone, and then reach down and grab a couple more, and coins are just being deposited on the counter. And she turns to you, and, "Oh, hello, my dear, how are you? Welcome. How can I help you today?" As she's, like, actively handing out more vegetables.
It smells otherworldly, and I mean that with the utmost awe. Your stand smells absolutely impeccable.
Oh,
It really
well,
it
thank
stands
you.
out in the middle of all these meat stands. How do you do that?
Oh, well, that is just a simple bit of magic. And you see, she waves her free hand, and the scent is immediately more potent, but it's not overwhelming. And you notice several people, like as you look around, you notice several people who are like holding different confections, like they start to make their way over.
Ah, yes, the subway business model.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's been I've been on the road, and it has been a minute since I've had a good vegetable, and my body is just it's reacting without me even having to think about it. Could you just throw together a couple skewers of just whatever's good? I'm not picky.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure it's all good, but whatever's most popular you recommend. Whatever your
And
favorite is.
she kind of trills out a laugh, and she just kind of, you're giving me so much credit, my dear. I assure you, these are just regular vegetables that you can find at just about any Tethean market. Root vegetables. I have a few, and like as she's saying that, she's still holding them, like passing out these additional skewers to people that are just walking by and just dropping silver coins on her counter. And she is describing things, and she waves her hand again, and you notice that these skewers start to like put themselves together, and you see the ones, and you now notice, Augie, that the entire stand seems to be running magically.
This is the coolest place I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you, my dear. I assure you, it's a very simple spell. It's like mage hand. I prefer to call it mage arm. It's not really any longer reach. It's just multiple castings, essentially, in one instance.
That's an extremely helpful use. You must thank me, Simple, for reacting this way. I do apologize. But like I said, I've been traveling, and trust me when I say the food is not the same everywhere you go.
We've had a strange batch of travelers lately. There were the guests with the queen. There was this strange man who would come through, spouting some nonsense about the monarchy coming down. And it was just ridiculous. But no, my dear, you are not the first traveler I have seen today alone. It was odd. We actually had a gentleman. He had to have been from the lower district. I feel terrible for assuming that, but I mean, you know, I don't mean this in the worst ways, but like, you know how those slum dwellers can be. I feel terrible for saying, because they're not all bad people, but enough of them. A strange man, a very, very gaunt face. I was very surprised. It looked like he hadn't eaten in days. Didn't say much to anyone, just kind of made his way in and started spouting some nonsense. Nobody paid him much mind. He bought a few skewers, honestly, and then made his way off.
A gaunt man. If it doesn't tax you, could you recall a little bit more?
And she kind of, you notice that much like with Scratch's little paper boat of meat sticks, there is now a small paper boat with about 6 different combinations of vegetables just like sitting in front of you.
I guesstimate how much, and then I add a gold to it, throw it down.
Yeah, she doesn't even flinch. You just notice that other people are kind of doing the same thing. Well, it was very strange. He looked very old and very young all at the same time. Greasy white hair, just very gaunt face, very thin, rail thin almost. Very nasty, nasty man. Kept grumbling about returning to the old days and down with the monarchy and other drivel like that.
Elven. Human.
Oh, yes, Elven, dearie. Very rare. If we had gotten something more like you, I would remember that immediately. No, just Elven, normal height. They're very thin.
He is twitching. They were being very polite, and now they're annoyed. at this woman.
She's not paying any attention.
Of course not. Down with the
He had
monarchy.
strange. He had a strange
is-
eye on him.
Oh,
His eyes. It was like there was something wrong with it. There was a strange purple lines down his face. It was almost like his eye was black where it should have been white. It was very odd, but
that is quite a calling card. Quite an interesting man indeed. When did they come through?
oh well. It had to be, but a day ago. It was in quite a rush, quite a hurry. He came running through this way as if he was being chased by something and started spouting something and then disappeared.
Mm-hmm. I know you were so busy you probably didn't see in what direction.
Oh well. She points down using one of the skewers. She points down towards where you see Scratch coming back to the group, grinning like a fool with a platter of meat sticks. Well, he started down that way, and then he turned around after a few minutes, and he went running back up the other way, and then, well, it was almost like he just vanished.
That is quite an afternoon to behold, I'm sure. Well, Augie holds up a skewer. Thank you so much for the food and the company, and I hope you have a great afternoon.
Oh, of course, you as well, dearie. Enjoy the vegetables. Let me know what you think. And then she just kind of transitions back into conversing with some of her other customers. Not like cutting you off.
Walks.
Okay, Rain, look what I found.
Shut up and turn around. Let's go.
Damn.
Did you happen to... Probably not. Have you happened to talk to anybody who owns a stall around here?
I mean, I said I want those, and no.
Okay. Maybe you wolf those down, and maybe you're hungry, and maybe you do. Because somebody that we've been looking for blew through here yesterday in a bit of a hurry.
Who's that?
Who's that?
No.
Augie breathes so heavily.
I just like to imagine that Scratch has just like is just eating one of the meat sticks when it finally clicks, and so he like flicks it out of his mouth.
It
No,
just, like one of the they just drop off the skewer and plop. Just one lone lost meatball.
No. That's... Why? Why would they be here?
Well, apparently he was ranting and raving about the monarchy and looked mighty disheveled, eyes black as night around the pupil instead of white, or iris, where the fuck the parts of the eye are. Purple lines crossing their face. They're not even trying to hide in plain sight.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, though, right?
Well, if he's off his rocker, I guess it doesn't fucking matter who's around anymore. What if he's got too much channeled into him, right? And he just can't hold it. Like his mind's not powerful enough. What if he's slipping?
Well, I mean, from the research, he just kind of takes another meatball real quick in the middle of a sentence, eats it.
Yes.
Augie takes a second to down some mushrooms.
They are delicious. Both of these things that you guys are eating are just supremely delicious.
There's a very embarrassing and probably inappropriate moan that escapes Augie.
By the way, for those able to see the stream, the Ure cape was applied.
That's excellent. I hadn't noticed that before. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you for making my dream come true because I could not be bothered to remember. That's beautiful, honestly. Perfect. Thank you.
That is wonderful. I love that so much.
But from the research that I did, there's a possibility that they could be fighting for control of the vessel at the same time, and depending on emotional states, it could be one that has more control than the other at certain times of the day, or even when brought against certain stimuli. So there is a possibility.
There's also a possibility that he's not specifically talking about this monarchy, but there's a possibility that he might. So we might need to hop, skip, and jump faster to get to where we're going. Like, eat on the run, find a single crew member, get them to collect the rest of the crew members, give them some gold post haste to incentivize them, and then we get to where we're going. Frankly, we could even send Rain ahead of us.
Scratch just kind of tips his head back and opens his maw, just like slides the skewer out from like two of them at once into his mouth.
Yeah, let's do that.
There were 4 suggestions. What part? I just really threw a bunch of stuff out there.
Well, we need to get moving. We'll send Rain ahead, maybe, or at least maybe upward to keep an eye out. Do we have a description, like clothing?
Disheveled. It really stands out. The woman said that she automatically assumed that he was lower district, and probably it's not normal to see someone looking like that around here. White hair, blackened eyes, purple lines on the face.
Okay. Where's Rain?
Right next to you.
Hi. First of all, do you want one of these?
I'm sorry,
yeah,
what I
I'll
was
offer
chatting
vegetable.
with Malia.
Do you want one?
I take Rain aside and I give her the 411 quick breakdown, offering my little root veg platter.
Rain will, take one. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Wait, so what's going on?
Elion, how do we pronounce his name?
Elion Vex.
Mr. Mix, Mrs. I don't know what they want to be called, so I'm not going to assume. Vex is here in the city for some
The
reason.
apprentice?
The apprentice. We chased him to the right spot fortuitously. He was here yesterday in this market, causing a ruckus, enough to be noticeable to people working.
Fun.
Ranting and raving about the monarchy. Whether he really truly means this monarchy remains to be seen. It wasn't specified by the person I talked to. But I would like to check on our friends just to be sure. So, Scratch and I were thinking if you could go ahead and we could at least find one crew member and then meet up with you, have them do the rest of the footwork for us.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you want me to take the kiddo with us?
Absolutely.
My God, I need to stop that. We're the same age.
You are.
Oh
You
my
are
God.
the same age. Yep.
My broom can carry 2, so long as she'll ride on it. Do you want me to take her?
Yeah, I think it would be better.
All right. Hey, Malia.
I like to imagine. Scratch, have you offered Malia a meat skewer?
Yes, he kind of poked her and just kind of held it up.
She has taken one and is like very delicately eating it. And Scratch, you have been able to watch like her face change from confusion and concern till just like she is loving this. And so she kind of turns over and she's got grease stains around her.
Good news. Instead of having to do grunt work, you're being upgraded to the fast track to see the queen. How do you feel about that?
If you want to ride on my broom. Some
Correct,
people
it
have
does
issues with heights. I get
It
it.
does involve a broom ride.
I mean, I've never ridden on her broom before. This is really good. Do we know what kind of meat this is? This is really good. I've never ridden
Want a
on a broom
vegetable?
before.
You should
I'll
cut
happily
the
that.
meats with vegetables.
I will happily take a vegetable. Thank you.
Yeah.
And all of you, every single one of you, immediately realize why she was being such a bitch. Is she's hangry?
You're not the same when you're
How
hungry.
to bribe a child. Food.
Especially a
I mean,
growing
honestly,
child.
same. I think it works on anyone.
She takes a couple slices of various root vegetable and just kind of like pops them in her mouth like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I think it's the only thing I've had to eat today. But yes, I mean, I've never ridden on a broom, but like I'll try.
The key is balance, but you can just hold on to me, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Okay, like if you think it's like worth it, I mean, I'll trust you guys. You guys have immediate like almost complete personality shift.
I'm
Complete
so
180.
concerned.
180, like you
Are
even
you
notice that she's like wiping her mouth on like the edge of her shirt. I am, thank you. I'm sorry. I was like super hungry and I'm so sorry. Like I didn't realize I was that bad, but like I'm such a total horrible bitch when I'm hungry. I'm so sorry. Like
Just
I'm a little bit of a
fantastic.
bitch anyway. I know I totally am. I'm like normally a little bit of a bitch, but like this is like different. So I'm like I'm really like super sorry. But yeah, no, I will like if that's like what gets us stuff done faster, like I will 100% go along.
Okay, perfect. So here's the rest of the vegetables. You need them more than me. Skedaddle on your way.
If anybody's watching the stream, Masaru has now gained the Groucho Marx glasses.
Yes.
It's glorious.
My creation come to life.
Ugh.
They're a little off.
Yeah,
Just a
head's a
little
little
bit
off.
too far down.
he's looking down his nose at his other nose.
And no, he's 100% he's just slid the glasses down and is just watching the party.
Oh, wait. There. I had fixed it, but I didn't refresh the image.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfection.
Wow, where's Masaru? Where'd he go?
It's now the duct tape is up a little high, but it's perfect.
And then duct tape. How did the duct tape get up?
This is too perfect. This is too funny.
There.
All right, I will get Malia onto my broom. Give her some advice. So just put your arms around my waist, and if you have issues with the height, either close your eyes or focus on the horizon.
Or imagine she's your friend from the dock. Wink, wink.
Augie, you see Malia starts blushing bright red, but she's like, okay, I will.
Mhm.
Just try not to grope me.
She's
Without
immediately
consent.
more
Yeah,
like
it's very
even more
important.
flamboyantly red, burning cheeks, just like I'll do my best.
You okay? You need another meatball?
I definitely don't need. Nope. I am totally fine. Thank you so much. And she's just kind of like staring at her feet.
All right, palace bound. We are. We will see you guys later.
Okay, and so actually, while you guys are doing that, because I'm assuming Augie and Scratch have some more things they need to discuss,
Maybe, but
or is it more attempting to track down the trail again? Because I want to give Team Supplies a chance.
yep.
What are you talking about? Team Supplies are just putting up signs all over town.
Why is Team Supplies putting signs up all over town?
So that people watching the stream know what things are.
Oh, fair enough.
We could take short 5-minute break or something if you wanted to.
Yeah. Do we want to take a little break? We're about an hour and a half in. Get a refresh on drinks and stuff, and then we'll come back in and we'll switch over to our supply run.
Works for me.
All right. We shall be back in 5. See you in a minute, guys.
Hey, I've been here in the city this whole time.
That's right. So it was the cardboard cutout of Yurei that fell over again.
I would like to point out that there must be a third version of Masaru/Yurei, which is Monsieur, and he is in fact French.
He'll
This
be
is the
immediately
episode where-
assassinated.
This is the episode where Lachlan gets a katana through the throat.
It's morally okay to hate the French.
There is only one time of year where it is not morally okay to hate the French, and that is when it is Renaissance Fair season, because we love our French knight. We stand Sir William, victory before honor. Anybody get that
I would
reference?
argue it's morally okay to hate Parisians, but not all French people.
I will second that one. But yes, we are back in my supply crew. Halstrom, Lachlan, Masaru, and Kyrios. Kyrios is going to be his normal brooding self. His normal quiet brooding self. The 4 of you, well, 3, potentially 4, depending on if Halstrom actually wants to go on this quest or not, have been dispatched to go collect the supplies. For what you remember, they were just a few hours walk to the west. I had to remember which direction was west. From where you had entered Tithea originally, and from where you had encountered the orcs.
Weren't we taking the ship over to pick up the supplies?
You don't have enough people to run the ship.
This is very fair, very reasonable.
If you want to go ahead and try to run this boat with 4.5 people, and I'm counting Alarin as the half here, please be my guest. Otherwise, feet. Or horse, or cart.
Lachlan is going to just very quietly turn into a horse. Wait, do I still have my... No, I'm not a druid. I don't have any 4th level spell slots either. I'm gonna look very hard at the ground and go, wait, I can't do this right now.
Are you just randomly attempting to turn into a horse without conversing with anyone?
I think at least one person would hear me whinny and then sigh. I guess that's...
You'd get a side eye.
You mean a side eye. Bombastic side eye.
Well, we'd best go pick up the captain's automaton and also all of our supplies. It's into the woods, I guess. We were following a road, right?
I should probably come along and help since you all seem to be lacking the physical strength.
I'm not sure whether to feel offended by that, Halstrom.
I do not mean to disparage you. It is more of a fact that your biological makeup seems to lack the muscle required.
I love the in-character puns for that.
Would you like a survival roll to make sure that we're going in the correct direction?
Please.
Ooh, first roll with Lachlan in months. This is gonna be bad. Yep.
Lachlan, you are very confident you need to go north.
It's
At the
north,
moment-
right? Yes? Yeah, it's north.
You don't,
Nice one.
at the moment, you also don't know which direction north is. But you are very confident that's the direction you need to go.
I have the keen mind feat. I do not have the keen mind feat. Oh dear.
Oh god, do I have the brain augmetics? I
Wait,
do not.
You were
in
gonna
that
say
case,
brain cell?
Did
uh,
Halstrom make the roll?
so I'm confident we need to go north, and I go north, northeast, east, southeast, south. I go southwest.
I'm gonna make a roll with Halstrom.
You said I didn't know which way north is, so I rolled on the compass.
Very
Oh
good.
god.
Oh,
Hellstrom, you are very confident that Lachlan is correct.
Okay, Brutus is going to second guess all of us.
Very good.
I'd say I could try Masaru, but his wisdom is worse.
Please try. Please keep failing. This is so good for me. It was Brutus rolling.
Yep.
Brutus is slightly less confident, but still thinks Lachlan is correct.
What's the DC for this?
Higher than you rolled.
Damn it!
I'll
You-
tell you right now.
Oh no!
sound
Did
unsure.
Masaru fail a skill roll?
No, Hellstrom did.
What about Masaru?
You gotta fucking roll.
I did!
Oh, there it
With
is.
a 14.
Okay. Masaru, you are very confident they are wrong.
I don't mean to, I'm pretty sure I heard from Scratch and the others that it's in the other direction.
Yeah, west. This way. Pointing southwest.
TM, which way is it?
Hang on, I gotta finish. For some reason, something that I had done did not take, and so now I have to make it take. You're not gonna move those over there. Let me do that there. Let me do that. And do hot damn spot. Thank you. Okie dokie. Gotcha. The direction you know you need to go, which is west, is this direction. And Masaru, you would know that you need to go out through the merchant gate, which is the westernmost gate.
See, we need to go west, so from my time being in this city, we'd have to leave out the merchant gate. I know the way.
Okay.
So, Masaru, you take them a different direction that Augie, Rain, Scratch, and Malia had gone. You take them actually over towards this alcove over here. Let me move you guys. Be a little better. You guys move along this way towards this little. I'm just gonna throw Kyrius and Masaru into the water here for a hot second. You guys are, there's this small little dock area at the end of this peninsula, and you notice it's right across from the farmers district, and you notice across the way there is another small dock. But then it appears that this is some kind of supply route, and this was the way, Masaru, that you had come being brought by the guards.
So we have to take the boat back to mainland?
Yes.
All right.
Unless
We'll
any
have to
of
take a
you
bit
can
of a-
fly.
Yeah. We'll have to take the boat to get there. The boat should be big enough to at least get our stuff on.
Oh, the boat is, the boat is easily big enough to carry all of you. It's a support boat. Or a supply boat.
Shame the river doesn't... Shame you guys weren't near a river. We could have probably asked to take a boat up there.
I
Yeah.
don't remember. Does Kyrius know the secret? Does
No.
Kyrius know Invictus Sanctum's Invictus Sanctum's worst kept secret?
Only 2 of the party know.
Are either one of them there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, there's one in each group. Perfection. Okay. Kyrius just kind of, sorry we weren't more conveniently placed. And just makes his way over to the boat.
When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins.
If I was a little bit more energetic, I could get this boat moving without much effort, but I think we may actually need to use muscles.
As you guys make your way along, you notice that there's someone working the dock. And as you come up, you notice that there are a few guards offloading some supplies, and a few people seem to be getting ready to load onto the vehicle. It's a small. It's a decent-sized barge. It's very sturdy construction. Lachlan, you can tell just at a glance that this boat was grown, not crafted.
I kind of rush over smiling. I'm like, ooh, that's a really fine grain. Excuse me, do you know who grew this boat?
A woman looks over at you. Gray hair, probably the oldest elf you have ever seen in your life, looks over at you and gives you the dirtiest look and goes, I did. What's your point? What's your problem?
It's fine workmanship. The grain is all in one line. It's excellent. There are hardly any knots.
I'm aware. I've spent many of one of your generations perfecting my craft.
I'm appreciating it. Did I do something wrong?
She just kind of snorts and just kind of, kids these days, no appreciation for a fine craft. Says he's critiques my work. Of course I know there's no knots in it. Fine grain, I know how to do my job. Anyway, what do you kids need? The
Excuse
four of
me,
you?
I am far older than you.
She just stares at you, Halstrom, before looking back at Masaru. Ah, Ambassador. Masaru, you recognize this woman. She is the ferryman for the area, and she is responsible for the barges and getting people and supplies back safely. Ambassador, I'm so happy to see you. Is this cavalcade yours?
They are indeed. I have been traveling with them on Imperial business. They had been magically displaced, and I'm helping them get their supplies back.
Fantastic. I don't care about the particulars. All are your bodyguards, and your tentacle monster all traveling together at the same boat?
Yes.
Excellent. She lets out a piercing whistle, and you see all of the guards immediately part, and the barge is now emptied, and she waves you on. As you step on, you can hear her shouting out advice. All right. Distribute your weight as evenly as you can. I can't guarantee you're not going to tip with tall, metal, and grumpy over there. All right. You two green ones, you two up at the front. You, metal man, you're gonna be in the middle there, kind of. You're gonna act as my ambassador. You're gonna be at the back. You know the drill. Hold on tight. And just as everyone gets settled, she lets out another piercing whistle, and the bard starts to move. And I'm not gonna make you all roll anything because I'm feeling charitable.
No deck saves.
Nope, I'm not gonna make you guys do anything. She waits until you're seated. And you all make your way across the water into the farming district.
Hooray.
And as you disembark, several people, a few guards are there to assist you guys out. They're going over supplies and everything. Everybody roll perception. And we'll give this to Kyrius as well. Wait,
Oh boy,
change
something
that.
I'm proficient with. Wait, am I? No, I'm not.
Rolled less than my passive.
And I'm not giving you your passive on this one because you are actively disembarking.
Very fair. Hellstrom, do you notice things?
Do I see the squirrel?
You do not see the squirrel. In fact, this is a hearing-based perception check.
Oh, Brutus does have advantage on this.
Did Brutus come with?
Yes. It would be smart to have Brutus with us.
I'm gonna give that to Kyrius. Let's see. Okay, damn. Nope, Kyrius does not hear a damn thing, apparently.
Insist on all that 9.
God, such a reliable talent. I'm glad Lachlan got my joke.
I got it too.
No, there's a very specific thing I'm referencing. I'm glad somebody got it. So 4 of you, notice you guys are listening to the idle chatter, the idle gossip, and all 4 of you, 4 of 5 of you, notice, have heard a story that has been going around about a strange slum district man. Very gaunt looking, very haggard, brilliant white hair, strange eyes, purple markings on his face, just coming in and rambling and ranting about nonsense before running off and seemingly disappearing into a crowd.
Does this trigger a recollection of anyone we may have seen?
I hope so.
Purple markings as in, like, strange purple veins and burn marks?
Potentially. Some kind of strange purple marking. You haven't asked anyone yet. You're just listening. You just all happened to catch the idle gossip.
Ambassador,
Yes.
does that sound like our quarry?
Do I need to roll anything for history or memory for Masaru? Since he's not really familiar with Opal?
You would be familiar with Opal, but you would be familiar with the description. You have seen this. You have seen what this person is describing. Remember back when you were at Ryland's cottage?
Ah, yes.
The projection that you'd seen.
That does indeed sound like our quarry. Perhaps... maybe I could... one of us should stay behind, or if we could hopefully run into our, the other crew, we could let them know. Could borrow a bird and tell Yurei.
I should stay with you in case we run into the orcs again. I can try to mediate.
I would like to look for a bird.
Go for it.
Do you need a nature, survival, perception?
Give me nature.
Nice.
There are many, many birds.
I would be specifically looking for a swallow or perhaps a seagull.
Does Masaru have any reaction to the mention of the seagull, or just the player?
Player.
Roll me a d8.
Sorry, that's a D6.
The duality of man.
This is a curse Lachlan has always had.
Lachlan, as you're browsing around, you do in fact see a very ornery-looking seagull that is attempting to fight what appears to be a familiar-looking ground squirrel for half a bagel. The seagull is winning, but the squirrel is giving its best.
Going to whistle and cast Animal Friendship on the seagull. And speak with animals.
All right. So as soon as you cast that, the seagull looks up, and it the squirrel takes that moment of distraction to run off with the half-eaten bagel. And a moment later, you hear the voice of the seagull. Ah, you fuzzy little bastard! I worked hard for that food. Why the fuck you think you're going up with it? I'll be about to skin you alive as soon as I'm done talking with me new tall friend here, you little bastard.
Well, Animal Friendship requires a morsel of food, so I'd pass over some the food that is used for the spell.
Very good.
Thank you for your time.
Hey, what the fuck you want?
You're quite good with sight, are you not, as one of your kind? You can see small things from far away.
It depends on the small thing we're fucking looking at. The fuck you take me for? A fucking eagle? I'm a seabird, you daft bastard! Course I can see a small shite.
I need you to find a small and scaly individual, probably somewhere between here and the palace, or potentially around one of the inns where you would harass people for their chips.
What kind of bird you take me for, you bleeding bastard? The fuck makes you think I'm good?
And I would scratch the seagull under the chin. One that if you do this and come back to me, I'll give you an entire fish and chip platter.
Could the seagull be bribed with bayonets?
Could potentially be bribed with bayonets. He's currently being bribed with chin scritches and fish, so you got a good spot. All right. Any defining characteristics of this small, scaly blighter, or just small and scaly? Is that
Red,
define?
wearing
That's
a
about.
Scratch is red, right? Jamie?
Scratch is a black kobold.
Scratch is dead, apparently.
I'm sorry, what? I
Um,
missed it.
what color is Scratch?
He's black with kind of like gray highlights.
Black and gray, wearing a hood, should be with a tall, shiny, a tall, shiny woman or person. They've got kind of long hair and alongside a horned human.
I thought you were the horned human.
There's another one. Her skin's a little bit different than mine.
Fuck is wrong with you? Fuck, whatever. As long as I get me fish and me chips out of it, I'll be content.
Can you
Alright.
carry this to them? And I write down a note.
You told me to
rumors-
locate. You never said nothing about being no fucking messenger bird. What do I get out of it for the message?
An extra
Would you like a
serving of
knife?
fish.
Okay.
Or something equally shiny?
Kind of whips his head over. Hey, got one of them stabby things, do you? Got revenge
don't
to take
get
on.
Animal.
No, this is what Lachlan's hearing. Oh, hey, got one of them stabby things. What I could do with a stabby thing? We needed to get a good stabbing.
Aberdonian seagulls scare me already. An Aberdonian seagull with a knife. No. Yeah, an extra serving of fish for you.
Prefer the stabby thing, but I'll take the fish. I suppose I could steal one of the stabby things later. Alright. Write your message down. I'll find your little bastard and give him the thing.
Thank you very much. I give the message over. It says rumors of apprentice in city worth investigating. Apparently in slums, talking nonsense and disappearing into crowd.
Very good. He stands in front of you, beak open.
I place the note gingerly in his beak, and then I give him another chin scritchy.
Snaps his beak shut and takes off into the air. And we will come back to that in a minute. But yes, so Seagull has been dispatched. Squirrel has absconded with Bagel.
I look at the others and I go, seagulls are more reliable than squirrels. Well, they're violent. Why did you mention knives?
I was remembering a really funny crow that was holding a knife, and I was thinking, we should not give a seagull a knife.
He seemed very enthusiastic about the idea of being given a knife, and talks about vengeance.
Let's forget about that seagull and just go on our way then.
Well, I should be finding our friends, even if it takes it 24 hours. Do we want to go towards the Grand Trunk, or via the large ornate building that looks like a ocean gatehouse?
You think that's customs? Probably
Yes,
fast to go through
I know
customs
this.
to get to the merchant gate.
Lachlan doesn't.
Alright. Guys going this way?
Yep.
Fabulous.
It's the most direct route.
Is anyone staying behind?
I'm going to go to one of the nearby inns and just put down a few gold and say, there's going to be a seagull coming back to this location in a little bit. Just as much fish and chips as 3 gold coins will buy, please.
The proprietor of the stand is looking at you and just, what?
I'm a cleric of nature. I provide for all of the wondrous creatures around here.
So you're attempting to buy fish and chips?
For the seagull, yes.
How am I going to know which seagull?
It's the one with the Scottish accent.
The the clerk is just gonna kind of look around you, Lachlan. Is your friend drunk? Birds don't have accents. And what's a Scottish?
Oh, right. What is it? It would be. I need to look at a map.
What would be the closest? What would be the most similar region?
There wouldn't be. That's the point. It's a bird. Although, fun fact, cows do have regional accents
So do
when
crows.
they move. Yeah.
So do dogs.
This seagull is an outlier. His accent is violence.
Listen. You'll know him. It will be obvious.
I think.
My guy, there are so many seagulls in this area that go for the fish. How are you expecting me to pick one out? You know what? Whatever.
I
don't care.
just go,
I don't
okay,
care.
okay,
I know.
I understand.
Nope. I don't care.
I
I
put
don't
down
care.
100
I will
gold.
take your money. I will take your money. I will enthusiastically take your money.
And
I
I say,
will-
just feed them all.
You know what? That is fine. Just I'm asking you nicely. Please leave.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Enjoy whatever you're doing. So, as you guys make your way to the customs house, any further harassment of the locals?
Oh, I'm just gonna be telling every seagull that I see. There's a fish and chip frenzy going on over there.
For 10 minutes.
I can do that for another 10 minutes.
Oh shit. Well, it's supposed to be rolled by Kyrius, but we'll take it. Well, you find 10 more seagulls.
Any of those seagulls approach me or harass me, one will get stabbed.
I mean, considering they're just kind of vibing until this weird dude just says, hey, there's fish and chips over there. You are not interesting.
Very good. I want nothing to do with these seagulls.
Lachlan just pulls out his panpipe pendant and just goes, I give you this chaos.
Lachlan,
Yeah.
roll me religion, real quick.
Religion.
Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. So with your prayer offered, you make your way towards the custom house. And as you get to the front, there is a very, very harried looking man just at the front going through what appears to be a very thick stack of paperwork, having to go through and duplicate over things and just kind of, you know what? Half of this stuff isn't even my job. Why am I doing this job? He looks up and he sees you. Oh, Ambassador. I'm so happy to see you. How did you, never mind, I don't care. There have been people asking for you. Are you available? There was a guy in like this blue fox mask asking for you. I think I was threatened.
I met him.
Okay, I think I was threatened, but not directly. Is that normal?
Who threatened you? Because that does not sound like Yurei.
I just it was a man in a blue mask asking for you, asking which direction you went. He had a weird he laughed really weird when I told him where you were.
That's not Yurei.
Well, all I told him is you were across the way.
Was it a
With
sultry giggle?
No, think more hyena.
Hold on, wait. Yurei wears a... Can I roll a history?
Please do. I'm even going to give you advantage on this one.
Yurei wears a black and blue mask, not a solid blue mask. Was it a fox mask or an oni mask?
Roll your history. Okay.
Thank you for that advantage.
So you're kind of racking your brain, and you ask about the fox mask or the oni mask, and the attendant goes, I don't know. Monster?
One has ears, one has horns.
Horns, fangs. It was kind of black or blue and gold. Masaru, you know exactly who this is.
Oh no. Where did you say he was?
Well, he came running up and he slammed some weird platinum coins down on my counter, very, very frantically asking about Ambassador Masaru. I told him you were across the way at the impound lot. He then laughed, dropped more coins on my counter, and left.
You mind if I inspect one of these coins?
Go for it. I have no use for them. I don't take money here.
Masaru,
Yes.
is this one of your cousins?
No. If this is who I think it is, absolutely not. Do you want me to roll
Sorry.
investigation for these coins?
Please roll me investigation for these coins. Oh, Masaru, you do in fact recognize these as coins from Okami. And you do in fact recognize these because the currency that is used throughout Okami is actually stamped normally with the various crafting houses to prevent forgeries. And you recognize this one.
Oh no. Which house?
You know, fun fact, we never came up with a name. Are you going to say the house out loud, or are you going to silently sweat about this?
I'm going to roll deception and try to keep my cool.
Fabulous. Lachlan, would you have any reason to wonder what Masaru was talking about? Insight, yes. You can tell that he is unnerved by this. Something's a little off with him, but you don't know what. But something's a little off.
I'm going to go up and I'm going to whisper, Ambassador. When we're out of the city, I'd like you to tell me what you're hiding. I'd prefer not to ask your cousin.
When we are out of the public, I will explain. I do not like saying his name out loud.
Bad luck or potential scrying?
History.
Ah. We'd better hurry then. You seem nervous.
What's the customs house person's name?
The custom house person's name is Malik. Malik.
Well, thank you for this, for the information, Malik. You're free to keep the coins. They're just a regional difference. Nothing suspicious about them, but, if you happen to see any of my people, let them know about this blue-masked individual.
I will do, Ambassador. I've seen a few of your crew around, but they were making their way towards the Noble District. Apparently, a lot of your people have lodging there.
At least they're taken care of. That's very good. But yes, we have goods to collect for my crew. So you have a good day now. He does a polite bow.
You as well, sir. And he nods to you, and he goes back to grumbling about his paperwork. And he pulls a lever. The doors open, and you guys are allowed in through customs. Do we want to just go ahead and time skip you lot to the cart?
I am
You
fine
don't
with
think
that.
we're going to come across any opposition?
Okay. I will say that conveniently, the two groups have missed each other just by minutes. With Malia and Rain having gone off towards the palace. Scratch and Augie, which direction were you two headed?
We were going in the direction that Rain had pointed out that had the nicer establishments.
Okay, perfect. So you guys, I will say you guys have crossed over the river and have made your way down this way, because that'll be the quickest way to get across to where you want to go.
Without going through customs again.
Pretty much. And conveniently just happening to miss Team Supply Run.
Dang.
Oh, well,
Such
we're
a
not
shame. Alright, so Team Supply Run, we will move you over here, and then we will go here. Oh, I hate this. And we will drop... Oh, what do I have? Can I set separate groups to move you people? I'm just gonna move all of you.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
you can.
can. You just go up to the tab on the right hand side, and it has a player drop down. You can drag and drop people individually onto different maps,
It is very handy.
Very handy.
and it works much better than it used to.
There we go. Okay, so then I need you. Come on. Alright, where's the boy? There's the boy. And... Come on, where's the last one? Oh, that's right. And then we will drop a lot of you. Yeah. Alright. Can everybody see the map?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Ooh, Twitch probably can't see the map.
Which one do you want them on?
They need to be on Forest Road where we drop the supplies.
Just drag Duo Gaming onto that one then.
Change.
Where are you? Come on.
That is not the multi-sided token.
There it is. Come on. Please go with that group. Thank you. Okay. Hopefully that works.
Appears to have.
Hooray.
I appear to be Yurei.
Let's see.
Should you not be?
So,
No.
Ambassador,
You should be able to
Behold,
just write.
an ambassador.
Right.
Every time I tried to right-click it and choose side, it wouldn't let me.
I got you. Behold,
This-
an ambassador.
you don't usually sweat like this.
It's just now that we're out of earshot. At least I don't think he's out. I think he's still in this city. It's just this guy, Kasuga Goro, is obsessed with being my shadow. Hates Yurei. A little bit of a stalker.
He hates Yuri. That's somewhat ironic.
I know, right? You'd think like, yes, another shadow. Like we can work together. But no, he wants to be my one and only shadow.
Clearly, he's never heard of the Vashta Narada.
That reference went right over my head.
Oh, they are just things that hunt in forests, pretend to be shadows.
Ah. Oh yes, those.
Is he going to be a problem?
I'm hoping not. He's trained in the art of, shinobi like Yurei, so he could be a bit of an annoyance.
Is he likely to get a Laren out of the way?
I don't know. We could probably turn a potential annoyance into an ally. But we should probably see if the supplies are still good.
Yes. Careful. They might be trapped.
It's a passive of 26. Notice any traps?
I'm sorry. A passive of what recognizes who?
A passive of 26. Notice traps.
Passive of 26 notices no traps.
Very good. I will still make an active perception roll because I am a paranoid bitch.
Very good. Yeah, none of you notice anything. You all see Salt just kind of hanging out, just sitting on the cart. He almost looks bored.
Salt?
He looks over at you.
Scratch said that we were allowed to take the cart. You're not going to attack us if we touch it, are you?
He just kind of looks at you, kind of cocks his head. You are companions of Father.
Father? Okay. That's good to hear. Have the orcs tried to take anything from the cart whilst you've been here?
Some came. Did not stay.
Okay.
And he's just kind of staring at you guys in that really unnerving, unblinking way that robots do, and he's just watching your movements as you approach.
Noble machine spirit, will you help me gather these equines to help push this cart?
He just kind of
wait.
looks at Hellstrom, cocks his head the other direction. Equine. Horse. Cart. I will help.
That's okay, Alstrom, I got it. And I whistle and hold out some oats. And that's a level 2, so I can grab both of them.
Okay. The horses, who were both kind of grazing, just surprisingly unperturbed, kind of amble their way over to you, Lachlan. They just kind of... You're suddenly more interesting than the food that they were eating a minute ago, so...
Oh, I love horses. Would you mind standing still so that I can hook you up to this cart?
You're just getting that glazed over horse stare.
I give both of them some of the oats in my hand, and are they still wearing that harness and tackle?
Yep, everything is as they had been. It just genuinely looks like Salt had just unhooked them from the cart and left them to wander.
I'm going to nod to Hallstrom and then hook one of the horses up.
Also, I'm not really used to handling biologicals. Will try his best.
It is just a fleshier cyborg horse. It should not be that much different.
What Borg horse?
This is much different.
You attempt to interact with the horse's Hellstrom, and they don't bolt, but Lachlan is now having a much more difficult time trying to attach them to the cart.
Shh.
I will leave this to you.
It's okay. Everything's okay. There we go. There we go. Kyrius,
He looks over.
you're good with animals, right? As I'm just gently holding the horses, each by their harnesses.
Well, I'm not bad with horses necessarily.
We just need to gently hook these ones on. They don't seem to like the smell of motor oil.
Does anyone like the smell of motor oil? And he makes his way over and keep rolling. That's the wrong thing. I assume you're going to be giving the help action, Lachlan.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he helps you soothe the horses and helps you calm them down, and it takes you guys a little bit just because the Hellstrom is, spooky.
Spooky,
Half human,
scary
half
metal
machine.
man.
Pretty much. And you guys don't have too much issue getting them settled. Come on. I'm trying to do something hilarious and it's not wanting to let me.
Do we still have the supplies that we bought?
Oh yeah, everything is all still there. Nothing's been touched. Everything is as it was. Come on. The only thing that seems a little off is there's kind of some scuff marks around, as if somebody had been pacing and you all pretty much figure it was salt.
Is it in a dead straight line back and forth?
No, it's in a rectangle all the way around.
Perfect 90-degree angles.
Yep.
A little bit dug in where his heels did the 90-degree turn thing.
A little bit. Saru,
Yes.
I need you to do me a favor.
What do you need?
I need a dex save from you.
What? Hold on, I can't be surprised.
I'm aware. Just roll me the thingy. Excellent.
26?
Excellent. So as you're chatting, a kunai comes whizzing through the air directly towards your face. And you are easily able to either dodge or catch it. Your choice.
I'm just gonna catch it.
Excellent.
One free kunai.
As you do so, you hear a laugh. A laugh that you have not heard in several bliss-filled silent months.
No, no, no!
And all of you turn as Misaru is then promptly assaulted by a man in a blue and gold Oni mask. Masaru-chan, you've been missing for so long. Where have you been? Why is your shadow not here?
He's on other business, Goro.
Well, it's all the more reason you need me as your shadow, Masaru-chan. I would never leave you unattended with strangers and outsiders. Where have you been?
On official Imperial business you need not to know of.
Oh, Masaru-chan. I would have thought for sure you would have missed me. Much like I missed you with every knife so far.
Missed you like the plague. Gonna throw the knife right back at him.
He catches it. Lachlan, you, Halstrom, and Kyrius notice that this man went from all the way up over in the tree line to directly in Masaru's face faster than you could react.
It's a monk speed right there.
And you notice that if he was standing upright, you would assume that he's just a little bit taller than Masaru, but he's stooped very slightly with two knives drawn in his hands in almost a combat pose.
Having hooked up the horses, I stand at the ready.
Oh, what's the matter, little outsider? Are you vying for the position of the young lord's shadow? I'll have you know it's already taken.
Yes, and it is unfortunate, and is most fortunately not you.
Oh, my young lord. You know I would be so much of a better shadow. I would be with you all the time. You would never be alone.
Shadows are silent.
And what would you know of shadows, Mr. Goatman? You know nothing of our kind or our culture.
Of course not.
Oh, am I funny to you? Am I funny to you, little goatling who follows a false god?
The sound of frantic panpipes would start up.
He's entirely unfazed.
So you're just here to flirt, Goro, or are you here for a reason?
Oh, Masaru-chan, you know I'm always here to flirt with you. But no, beyond just basking in your glorious company, I am here on a mission from your father. Hired me, in fact, paid me like an honorable man, as if I would need payment. But no, apparently two devils had come stalking about the manor. Inside the manor, no less, sniffing about for things.
I assume Mother had promptly had them sealed.
Oh yes, absolutely. It did nothing, though, emboldened by some strange power. They simply escaped her binding.
I will stab them myself.
There is no need for stabbing, my young lord. No, your family was quite adept at escorting them from the premise. They made claim of some deal that had been struck.
I give a look to Lachlan.
I was not the one who struck this deal.
My young lord, has the family fallen so far to make deals with devils and demons, no less? Especially those not of reputable means, cavorting with extra planers. My young lord.
Suddenly, Rain feels offended.
Rain's gonna hate this guy, and I'm so excited to introduce him to the whole rest of the group.
Brutus is gonna heckle. Just like, just heckles up.
Oh, hackle. Okay.
I thought you said heckle.
I thought the same thing.
It's like, am I doing a comedy bit? Is he trying to roast me in the audience? I suppose I can put Brutus on the right layer too.
Wrong layer.
Oh, what's the matter, little devil dog? Do you not like what I am saying? Do you not like me?
No, why that too?
There's only one.
This one here.
I think you might be hallucinating.
I think you're hallucinating, Lachlan. There's no Brutus there.
I can't delete that one either. Huh.
There you go.
Now it looks like there's 3. That's great.
Maybe refresh and hope that you stop seeing things.
Brutus is simply going to say, woof. Say the word woof.
Oh, smart little devil dog. Yes, I have information that has been given to me by your cousin. I've been keeping track of you, my young lord. You disappeared, my young lord. I was so heartbroken and so devastated. We were parted for so long. But now you're back. And I will be behind you every step of the way, my young lord. Fear not.
See, the problem about you being my shadow is you are also very easy to lose track. It's very easy for you to lose track of me.
Oh, my young lord, it may be easy for me to lose track of you, but I find you in the end every time, don't I?
Unfortunately.
You are never far from my sight, my young lord. Worry not.
Perhaps we could have this asinine conversation on the way back. I feel there's food on this cart, Lachlan.
Mainly, I believe, storable food and a distinct amount of citrus, actually. We always seem to pick up citrus.
Hate for those to attract fruit flies. We should probably be off. You are welcome to ride on the cart and speak of father's business.
Excellent.
Yes, it would be terrible to attract annoying buzzing things.
Well, it seems like one annoying buzzing thing has already been attracted, but I would never say such things directly to the young lord's company's face.
Masara's just gonna pointedly ignore him.
He follows just like a couple steps behind you. And at one point, Masaru, he disappears into your shadow and materializes at the back of the cart. Which you have never seen him do before.
That's a new trick.
Yes, young lord, it is very new. As you have been gone, I have learned many new things.
I will walk alongside, for I think I am rather heavy for the cart.
Lachlan will drive. Not even
Maurice-
touching the reins, he just says forward.
Carius just kind of climbs up and is he's almost hanging off the side, just kind of keeping an eye on the strange new attachment.
Well, the
Salt-
unwanted growth.
A fungus, you could say.
No.
Salt opts to walk with Hallstrom.
Did you catch that Salt called Scratch father?
Did notice that.
Should we be
Most
concerned?
peculiar in development.
Also, he's talking? Hmm.
I will have to ask your creator's permission to take you to the lab. I would like to examine your memory chip and brain to see if you are. What is this causing this development?
You will have to speak with my father. Forgive me, the captain.
Should we be concerned about the tag along?
What was that?
Should we be concerned about the tag along?
He has useful information, so he is allowed. He has been granted the permission to hang around.
I was specifically hired by your father, Masaru-chan. He asked for me by name.
If you're going to refer to me as either Lord Kitsunagi Dono, or just Masaru. Actually, no, we won't even go that informal.
Oh,
Last name only.
Of course, Kitsunagi Dono. I would never think to disrespect you in front of your company.
My crew.
Co-workers, even.
Co-workers is correct.
Of course, Kitsunagi Dono, of course.
I assume
Yes,
Father sent you to collect me?
Oh no, he said you are on very important business for the family, and so I am to accompany you as necessary, which of course it is necessary. But
Can I
no,
roll
I...
insight?
Go for it. Yeah, you know he is absolutely bullshitting you.
Said, if Father has the power to send letters through, somehow seemingly reach me from anywhere. Why would he send you?
All right, Kitsunagi Dono. You've seen through my ruse. Your father did, in fact, hire me, and yes, you are to make your way back to the manor with all due haste.
Insight again.
Go for it. You know he's telling the truth. You are, in fact, intended to return to the manor.
Well, it's a
Lachlan's
good
poker face is getting worse.
good thing we're trying to get the ship as soon as we can. Honestly, the Okami's on the route to where we need to go. This works out perfectly.
Is that because we're avoiding the storms in the south?
I didn't hear anything about a Hurricane Virgil.
No,
the-
Kitsunagi Dono. There are no storms approaching now.
The jungle and the small mountain range down south that generally is bad for airships, isn't it?
I mean, it depends on. You would know, Lachlan, as far as it being bad for airships. You guys have run into some trouble, but it's like, like any difficult route for a regular ship. As long as your crew is competent and confident, there wouldn't really be any issue.
The captain won't like making a detour. Of course, I have no problem with it.
Aha. Have you introduced them to your family, Kitsunagi Dono? Are they that informal with you? Do they get to call you by your first name?
That's just how their culture goes in general.
But so, yes, Kitsunagi Dono, you are to return to your family's manor as soon as possible, with all due haste. As these devils have come seeking a bargain that was made. Of course, I was given no information. Your father did not deign to tell me that. It was deemed unnecessary for me to know. Something about rivals and something about influence, but he still hired me to find you.
I see. Well, let's get this airship business taken care of, find our crew, and get out of this city. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of Tathea, honestly.
I just click my tongue at the horses and just urge them to go a little bit faster up to what would be a slightly uncomfortable walking speed for humans, but that I'm sure Salt and Hellstrom can keep up with ease.
Okay. Yeah, you guys travel at a brisk little pace. Goro actually goes quiet after a little while, Misaru. And that's almost more unnerving.
I'm just going to enjoy the quiet while I can.
Does it feel like his silence is staring into your soul?
It's a good question.
It's the kind of silence where it's almost like he's evaluating all of you. It's like he's taking stock of everyone without saying a word. He's just evaluating you and just kind of picking you apart quietly.
Are you going to be traveling with us, Mr. What was your honorable name again?
Oh, you don't need to worry about my name, Mr. Goatman. No. I will be traveling with you at least until the young lord is safely returned to Kitsunagi Manor. Potentially longer, should the lord of the manor wish to extend my contract.
That's all well. As the surgeon and medic on board, I need to do a medical analysis of you. So when we get back to the ship, I will have your reports to my officers.
You're funny, Goatman. You are so funny. Oh no, you will not be giving me any sort of evaluation. Even the young lord is under no pretense to be able to command that of me, for you see, he may be my young lord. He holds no direct authority over me, and you will not be pressing this issue.
Oh, in that case, we'll just have to quarantine you from the rest of the crew.
Oh, your funny games, Goatman. You have funny games.
Lachlan, I can tell you that you could try to quarantine this man, but he will escape it somehow, even out of a solid block.
That was a fun day, young lord. That was delightfully fun.
I've been actually thinking about this. We would need a large light source that is unlikely to go out to cover an entire room in bright white light. Potentially a ventilation system with some sort of fine mesh lit as well, of course.
And yet, what
Are you
recourse...
speaking about an asylum?
Perhaps entry through an extra-dimensional space?
And yet, what recourse would you have to contain me in such a manner, Goatman? I have violated no laws. I have truthfully violated no rules. You have no recourse to hold me should I file a report with my lord regarding my unfortunate imprisonment against my will for no good reason. You would be very hard-pressed.
For no good reason. Do you not know the meaning of quarantine?
Ah, but you see, for quarantine's sake, to contain me in a room, against my will, why yes, by technicality, I would be able to be held in a quarantine. However, I must be privy to all of the basic necessities, up to and including fresh air. A room of which you have described would not avail me to that, and so, Goatman, you will not be quarantining me.
I would rather try.
You are more than welcome to try, and I assure you I would enjoy every second of it. But you will not contain me.
How long is this ride?
It's a couple hours.
I'm so sorry. Oh no, it's ritual. I cast silence.
Okay. I mean, he goes quiet after a little while.
I just kind of...
Isn't it a bubble?
yeah. Centered on a point you choose, I would choose myself.
So now it's just silent for everyone. It's an unnerving silence.
I am okay with this.
After 10 minutes, the sound from the outside world and the clopping of hooves would come back in. I think we should only be around another 10 minutes out.
And Gulf has been quiet the whole time. The silence lifts, everything dissipates, and he is just still quiet. And you get the sense once again that you're being evaluated. Okay, and then let's move.
At least there's no orcs.
Nope, no orcs. No hide nor hair of the orcs.
Yeah,
Let's see if
Very good.
Okay, come on. Do it that way? Okay, I have to do it that way. Okay. So while this little misadventure has been going on, we're going to transition back over to Team Crew for just a moment here. Because, Scratch, as you and Augie have been walking, at one point, a seagull comes flying over to you with a note in its mouth.
Okay. Is it just flying there, or does it land so I can get the note?
Oh, it lands. It lands and it's kind of staring at you with its beady seagull eyes. It's got this note very tightly in its mouth.
Augie, the bird. The bird.
Yes, that's a bird.
It has something.
There's paper. Well, why, you could have said that.
Didn't want to draw too much attention.
Then you could have just reached for it. I grabbed the paper.
I don't like birds.
Augie, as you reach for it, it moves and it like dodges around you.
See, that's why I don't like birds.
Oh my gosh. Does Scratch still have any meatball?
Oh no, those are long gone.
Mm.
He's currently like
Augie, you
chewing
do
on one of the
notice-
greasy sticks.
You do notice that this thing is staring intently at Scratch.
It doesn't want me, Captain. Hold out your hand.
I hold out hand.
It kind of looks at the hand, looks at you, looks at the hand, and just kind of like sets it into your hand and lets go.
Got it.
Give it a treat or a coin or something.
Or a dagger.
Hold on. I'm sure I have something here. I give to the a sock.
Master has
Just
given.
give it to me. Please.
Well,
Just
I have
one
a-
singular sock.
I have a full set of fine clothes and I don't use the sock, so I give it a sock.
Fair enough. You just give it
I'll
the
say-
one sock.
Yeah, I gotta save the other sock in case there's another bird.
Fair enough. It kind of looks at you, and it kind of looks at. How are you holding it? Do you have it like on the flat of your hand? Or are you holding it out?
I just kind of dangle the sock above the bird and drop it.
It snaps it out of the air, and then immediately takes off flying.
Okay, that was weird.
Slowly start to open the piece of paper.
It is kind of slimy because it was in a bird mouth. But as you open the page, you immediately recognize the handwriting as Lachlan's.
It's terrible.
Oh,
Doctor's
Great, he's probably
handwriting.
telling me to take a pill.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check to be able to read this doctor's handwriting.
Oh, come on.
Mean.
Oh, that was a save. Here.
I like the idea that you need a save because it's just that bad that it would cause psychic damage if you can't.
I mean, if he'd rolled a 1, but no. Scratch it, you're able to read it just fine. You're pretty familiar with Lachlan's handwriting, Lachlan's deranged scrawling on things, so you're able to figure out pretty quickly that it is just a reaffirmation of what you and Augie have learned, that the apprentice has been seen somewhere in the city.
Wait. Do I have the ring? Yes.
Do you, Mr. Frodo?
Hold on. Okay. So I
I
activate
have a
my
ring.
I activate my ring on my finger
Very good.
to Lachlan's ring. And I say,
We already knew this. Message received.
That felt like a waste of their time.
Thought you should know on our way back.
Like, wouldn't it have been faster to just use the ring?
But there were seagulls.
This does not seem practical for important information.
The rings are more powerful than animal friendship. Animal friendship is a first level spell. The rings have a limited use and have infinite distance.
You can justify it all you want. You're not here, and I can complain if I want to.
Yeah.
I think somebody just forgot
These are
we
all
had
in
rings.
character.
I think
How dare you? I would never forget such a thing.
Definitely not.
such a wing.
It kind of rings a bell.
It's perfect. Because Scratch would just
Hmm.
skip the paper and be like, "Hey, thank you, we're good."
Excellent.
And then once the ring deactivates, why the paper? Looks at Augie.
I don't understand what is happening.
Maybe
Also-
they're under fire and anti-magic shell or
He just answered you.
Oh,
maybe it's just weird.
That is highly probable and most likely. Well, it's just confirming information we already know, right? Nothing extra to go on.
No.
Did you guys know that it was in the Shadow District?
It wasn't in the Shadow District.
Isn't that what you said?
No.
You said it
I
was-
said
he
they
put-
thought he was from the Shadow District,
did he
but
put?
he was in the Farmers District. And
Did he
I don't think you
put
mentioned
in
that in
the
your
Shadow
note.
District on a note?
That was on the note, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yes. Yes, now you guys think it's in the Shadow District.
So
That
he's
looks
been
like
last seen in this. Did he write a time? Like we know that he was seen in the stall area yesterday.
No, I
I didn't
see
have
any.
an exact time.
I don't see any time unless he's written a letter and a number together.
I mean, we should look out for more seagulls in case there's a follow up.
Or just in general.
Roll perception.
This guy.
Roll perception.
Oh, you just see swarms of seagulls going towards the Farmers District.
Skills.
When there's one seagull, there's always more.
I pull out French fries looking for seagulls.
Augie, you see a couple. Scratch, you do in fact across the way. You just kind of happen to turn, and you just see a swarm.
They're everywhere.
But are they coming for you?
They
God, I
very
hope-
much are not coming for you, but you definitely can tell that they are congregating away, like across the way. They're definitely going after something.
Can we just clarify with the ring?
Wait, what do we clarify?
Oh my god. Do they have a time of day that he was seen in the Shadow District?
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
How many words?
Mary and
Is it like
Joseph.
5 words?
I think you guys are up to
words.
7.
What? Yeah.
What time of day was he seen?
Unsure. Heard rumor in Farmer.
Well, you heard that.
Unsure. Heard rumor in Farmer.
Yep, that's what he said.
Unsure. Heard rumor in Farmer. There's enough for district as well. In Farmer District.
Well, yeah,
You
because
get the
unsure
word
is one
district. District comes a couple seconds later.
word.
Unsure, heard rumor in farmer. Pause. District.
You get the distinct sensation of counting on fingers.
You have one more word.
You have
Well.
7 words.
Unsure is one word.
Between the
not-
two of us, do we know where the Farmer District is or the Shadow District in like comparison to where we currently are?
Neither one of you have any idea. I'm not
Not
even
even
going to let you roll for this. You have no clue.
Your navigator has left the group.
Either one of the people that was with your group that could have told you is gone, and you guys had only really seen the palace area. You guys had never really been anywhere else.
Right. So there's not much we can do about that now. How about we keep heading to our destination? We get to a tavern or an inn, and we can ask around there. I mean, they're meeting spots for people who know a bunch of stuff. So if anybody who's been weird is out of place in a highfalutin district, we're going to hear about it there.
Sounds right.
I mean, we should, like, go fast. Like,
I reach out for Augie's hand.
oh, God. Bless, Lord, help me. And I take it.
As soon as I
Augie?
feel her touched, it's dimension door.
Augie, roll religion.
Fun fact.
Where are you dimension dooring to?
Augie, when you say blessings of Pelor, Pelor give me strength kind of thing, you just kind of feel a little bit of a whoosh, and you hear on the back of the wind a laughter, and just basically enjoy the ride.
Sometimes
Before you are dimension doored.
Daddy hates you. This is one of those times. That's rude.
And I dimension door down one of the streets that we can see where there's more people.
Okay. Are you going the full, 500 feet?
Yes.
Okay. You guys will land right about here. Right just smack in the middle of another sprawling market. And I am going to call it here for tonight. We have one group in the market, we have one group at the palace, and one group on their way back in.
And one Augie leaning
And up.
over and throwing
And
up
a
beside
partridge in a pear tree somewhere.
And among us, possibly 5 golden rings.
And Lachlan ready to break the Hippocratic Oath.
With a seagull.
Or the hypocritical oath,
Yeah.
apparently.
You're not allowed to hurt people, but I am, because I'm a doctor.
I don't have an oath. Not, well, the oath that I have is.
I was gonna say, wait, aren't you a paladin?
I don't have an oath that doesn't say I can't hurt people, so it's fine.
I definitely don't.
Pelor knows I'm not that kind of paladin.
Do no
He's got
harm.
many-
Makes them annoyed.
The Mechanicus oath is that you are required to hurt people.
Well,
I mean, my deity symbol is the skull of a gnome.
I'm gonna drop kick this shadow off of our ship.
Please
Oh,
do.
I'm so
learn to
glad.
rein it in because Almighty, they are obnoxious. You know what? I'm just gonna put them in a room with the teenager and let them duke it out because I have faith that she's gonna win.
You don't know.
I think she would out annoy him. The power of prepubescence, I believe in it.
I can imagine that if he did start talking again, Lachlan would probably just stand his cloak up on the back of the on the back of the wagon, walk into the door, shut the door, and just be like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, it would just be screaming. I'd just go scream.
It's one of those walk-in freezers that's not soundproof.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, we will call it there tonight, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming back. Thank you all for the weirdness with the hiatus. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure to check us out on all of our social medias. Make sure to check us out on YouTube. Thank you for following on Twitch. If you are feeling extra generous, please make sure to throw a little donation down to Duo. Oh, Wood is stealing his dice again. He is very sad. And remember, there are 20 sides to every story. Roll for yours.